Hello, everybody. It's me, Jeremy, and we are back here at the almost all mutable rack for another patch from scratch video. I threatened I would do another one, and I thought, hey, let's do another one. So when we are patching from scratch, we want to find a good place to start. Looks like I already have some clock going on here. We'll just ignore that for right now. I think we're going to focus on elements this time because it is a very powerful voice with a lot of interesting things that can go on. 75 BPM, I can handle that. I'm going to pick a slow gate out of this being Pamela's new workout over here. And I'm going to put it into Shifty here because we use Shifty as a sort of a cable elongator because don't have quite the length of cables I need for this. Okay, so we've got a slow gate coming out of there. That's enough to get us started. Let's go ahead and take our outputs of elements and put them into the third channel here. See what happens. All right, there it is. Good old Elements. So Elements is a really interesting device. It is modal synthesis. As you can hear, it just like can do some really interesting sounds. I'm actually not going to use this. I'm going to use this. So this is the abstract data ADE32. And what we're getting out of it right now is a gate pattern. There's actually down here at the bottom, there's a section for loops, and that's what we're hearing right now. I think when we hit Option, we'll switch between different gate pattern, which is really neat. So let's find how we want elements to exist. That's really cool. Why don't we modulate that? Let's go ahead and use channel 2 here out of the ADE32. And select that output. And change the output type. I'm going to try random voltages out of there to see what happens. So we're going to turn up our attenuator here. That's really weird, and I like it. So we'll definitely play with brightness when we're done patching. That's cool. Ooh, that's cool. Let's modulate flow. I really like that too. There's 3 parts to elements. There's bow, blow, and flow. Oh, excuse me. Bow, blow, and strike. And blow is like a flute. So turn that all the way up. We're going to want like a triangle out of this, and it could be pretty slow. Ooh, I really like that too. Let's go ahead and modulate timbre as well. Why don't we use tides for that, just for something different. We're gonna have to clock tides as well. So let's get a clock signal. We have a 4 PPQ signal, or 4 pulses per quarter note signal coming out of our PAMs right here that's molted, and we have here a 1 PPQ signal. So let's go ahead and clock tides with that. I like a really slow signal coming out of that. And let's go ahead and turn timbre's modulation down a little bit. very like primal or like, you know, the desert steppe or whatever. Let's get a beat in here so I can tell where our downbeat is. I think we're going to use braids again for this, but what I want to do is I want to go into, is it meta mode? Meta mode on. And now, if we go here and go to like kick, I think it's FM in. That's going to do what we want. So let's go ahead and pull out of 2 here. I'm going to reset output 2 of Pam's and make this a series of gates at 1 PPQ for right now, which is a quarter note. And then we'll take the output of this. Of our friend. Output of this. Put it into here. Oh, that's good. So yes, FM is the change model. So we're going to use this to build a drum beat. So that's channel 3. We're going to change this to first of all, we need to reset it. It's on random right now. So we're going to change it to a what do you call it? A gate, an on and off. And we need to phase shift this. Because right now, if I start this, it's going to go from the high one to kick. We need to go the other way. So we go into the, I think it's not offset, width, phase. We change this to 50. Now this should start on the kick and go over to the other thing. And we need to double the timing on that. Excuse me, half the timing on that. Okay, great. So now let's go into level for this. And turn it down until we hit the second drum that we want to. There we go. We're gonna have to just keep it simple like that. It's fine. Let's get some cool stuff on top. How about starting with plates? I have marbles clocked here, so I'm going to take an output of marbles, this trigger output here, and put it into the trig of plates. And then we're going to take the output of plates and put it into clouds here. But first, well, let's just put it right into clouds for now and see if we need to do something different with it later. Let's make sure that clouds is clocked. So I'm going to take this 16th note clock here and put it into the trig input of clouds. Let's play around with plates a little bit. I like that. That's cool as hell. That's great. So what's happening right now on plates is that we're using one of the newer models from the unofficial firmware that was put out by Amelie. And there's a whole bunch of really cool new models under this orange mode here, including this chord mode. It's like a string synthesizer. So, cutoff frequency. morph of the waveform, and then chord. Come in here, turn this down. That's cool. I'm actually going to use a pattern out of here instead. So let's go ahead and edit this output. And we're going to go to output type loops. Div molt. That's so cool. And if I hold this down, I can make it bigger. I just got an idea. If I was to grab a stack cable, could I take an output from Pam's here, like output 8 here, turn it to like ×4, reset the channel, so now it's 16th notes, gate out, and make this like really, 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 really unlikely to occur. Like, let's say 75% on the R skip value, and then combine this with this trig. But I will. Yeah. So what I've just done is combined 2 gate sources. One of them is set to ×4, so it's just 16th notes. The other one's set to just like, every 1 PPQ. And I've turned the R skip function up, so the probability that the event will not occur, very high. But so now every once in a while we get a little like that. That's cool as hell. Okay, let's get rings going. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the rate of this up. Bias almost all the way over here. Put this into strum. Take the volt per octave out of here for X1. Marbles is a random sampler. It puts out random-esque voltages. We can use them to do all kinds of things. Take the odd out, put it into the in of beads on the left. And same thing with the even. Put it into the input here. And then take the output of this and put it into our mixer. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are seeding, or excuse me, clocking our seed here. So what I just did is I put a ramped voltage into bias. Bias chooses between side left and side right, T1 and T3, whether or not it sends out a value. So by doing that, the bias knob is going from over here, where nothing will come out of the left side, which is triggering rings, to over here, which is what is creating rings. So we've now put a little space in our sequence. I hope that makes sense. So next up is one of our last outputs here. This is going to be our pitch for our quote-unquote bass line over here. So I need to go to channel 6. Come with me, microphone. Channel 6. So what we want to do is go to channel 6 and slow this way down, like -8 maybe. Go in here, change the wave to random, and then go over to quantize, yes, and we'll change this to pentatonic minor, and then level, take the level way far down so it only picks from a few different notes. Maybe like 10%. There we go, we're getting something cool there. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to take the output of our braids here, just to give it a bit more color. And let's run it into blades, since we're not using blades for anything. Blades is our filter. Big, awesome filter from Mutable Instruments. So we'll run it into in here. Take the output, run it over to here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just give it some color, you know? Why not? And that's the patch. So what we're going to do is reset it. Take this all the way down. So I can't completely take that out of the mix unless I do this. Oh, wait, no, I can. It's the in gain right here. Take the strike out. That's a reset patch. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform this patch, and I'm going to put that up as its own video. So let's do a recap. We use the abstract data ADE32 to create a lot of patterns using the loop out function to give things a structure. We ran elements with that, gave it some modulation for both tides of the ADE32, and then gave it a quantized random pitch sequence out of Pamela's new workout. We used a sequence out of Pam's to trigger braids, and then used voltage to push the model around using the meta mode in braids, and then ran that through blades into our mixer. We just ran a trigger sequence into plates using the new string synth mode, which gives us chords, which is going to be something that we will play during the patch. And we have rings being triggered with marbles. And marbles is having its bias control, which chooses whether or not to send out a trigger to the side that is feeding rings, manipulated via a ramp LFO. So it's going back and forth and back and forth. That's the patch. Now we're going to play it. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if this was something that you found useful. I really like doing this stuff, and I want to continue. A few more of these. We'll do probably like 1 or 2 more with this rack, and then move on to my big rack or some other form of this. I have some modules coming in soon that I'm very excited about that we can include in this right here. This is Red Means Recording Modular. And kiss your cat right on the lips. Bye.